Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I wanted to do a quick update. Sorry I didn't update earlier, just had some things going on. If you watch some of my videos, you know I got a funeral coming up, so I was just planning on, getting out there and renting a car and all the little logistics with that. But I did put the deposit down on my apartment in Cebu. So that is all secure. Everything's locked up there. I did want to give a little word of warning. I used a company, the first company, PaySend. I'm pretty cheap, and they only charged $1.99 for the transaction fee to send to like Gcash and bank accounts. It ended up failing. They took the money, but it didn't get transferred, so it failed. And they said I'd get the refund within about 3 business days. I ended up having to secure the apartment. I ended up having to send my deposit again, so I've paid 2 deposits technically, but one hasn't gone through Wise. And Wise, was about, I think I had to use a card because they were going to take 3 business days for a checking account. So it was about a $20 transaction fee, which I'm not keen on those. But what I do want to kind of give kudos to Wise on is they have exceptional customer service. I have been trying to contact PaySend for the last 3 days. They are, again, my bank tells me they are a reputable financial company, so they're not a scam, fly-by-night, anything like that entity. So this will probably eventually be resolved as far as my refund. It hasn't yet, but there are avenues and such that my bank can take to make sure I get those funds back. But horrific customer service. It's all an AI. When they do finally route you to a person, it takes about 3 hours. Additionally, it's at like 3 o'clock in the morning. Like I've put in requests and they're like, oh, we'll contact you at this time. And it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, they get back to me. I'm asleep. So not a big fan of PaySend anymore. I know it's a very cheap transaction and I mean for, maybe if I'm sending small amounts, I might still use it, but I think I'm going to exclusively do Wise or wire transfers once I get to the Philippines. Moving forward. But there is also kind of a good news update, sort of. Things might get a little interesting when I get to the Philippines. I know the channel is for Asia. I am looking at some options for after my year lease. I'm going to, just to get settled into Asia, doing some backpacking for about 6 months, with a company called Oasis Overland that I've always wanted to do a trip with, and it's 6 months. 6 months backpacking, like you're roughing it. I mean, they have a truck and you travel around, but you're not, you stay in some hostels and things like that, but it isn't, it's a long trip, and you go through, like, I can't remember, you go through about 13 or 14 different countries. But that'll be exciting. And again, I'm just lining things up. Again, I wanted to start this channel because I wanted people to see the process. I hadn't seen anybody actually show them doing it. I saw one person show like the day he's moving and he had sold everything. So I just wanted to kind of, also for accountability, just keep everyone, if anybody's out there watching, just updated on what's going on with my plans. Because when you do a plan like this, I'm sure if any adults out there, you plan anything large, there's always variables and contingencies that come up that you weren't planning for. Obviously, mine is my grandfather's passing. The other has been PaySend. Some other things have been just again trying to sell the Jeep and the motorcycle. So it's been a little bit of a journey, not as smooth as I would have wanted, but it's also a learning experience. I think moving forward, my plans. I'm gonna keep everything pretty liquid. I'm especially at a reasonable rate, with like the Philippines being fully furnished apartments and stuff for like $300. Moving forward, I'm going to try and kind of do what Keanu Reeves did, where he just rents everything. And then when he wants to leave, he just, he has an assistant, but he just returns it and takes off. He used to do that right after The Matrix. He had like 300 million in an account, and he even rented his clothes. I don't think I'll be going that far, but that's kind of the lifestyle that I think I'm targeting and I'm aiming for. So anyway, I will keep you all updated. I got work here in about an hour. It's been kind of interesting. Work is a healthy distraction right now. But I wanted to give you all an update, and I'll try and do one Saturday. I know it's only a couple days away, but I want to keep accountable with this channel. So thank you guys very much, and y'all have a great day.